Your soulmate just received devastating news about you. And they're still shaking. My beloved child. Don't skip. What you are about to hear is not an ordinary message. Your soulmate has just received news about you that left them completely speechless. For a long moment, they could not move, could not think, and could not understand why their hearts suddenly felt so heavy. They kept asking themselves the same question again and again, wondering if what they heard could possibly be true. Something inside them refused to accept it, yet another voice whispered that this moment was always destined to arrive. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The next few moments may completely change the way you understand this connection. Your soulmate is still trying to steady their emotions because the news they received did not simply surprise them, it shook every wall they had built around their heart. They thought they were prepared for anything, but nothing could have prepared them for this. They never imagined that your name would suddenly appear in a conversation that would force them to question everything they believed. Ever since that moment, they have not been able to focus on anything else. Every memory connected to you has started returning one after another like pieces of a forgotten story that refuses to stay buried. They are beginning to realize that there was always something much deeper happening beneath the surface, something they ignored because they were afraid of what it could mean. A strange silence has surrounded them ever since they heard those words. They walked away from everyone, searching for a place where they could be alone with their thoughts. Their heartbeat felt different. Their hands trembled without explanation. They replayed every past conversation, every missed opportunity, every moment when destiny almost brought both of you together but somehow pulled you apart again. They now understand that nothing happened by accident. Every delay carried a hidden reason that neither of you could see at the time. Don't skip, because the biggest revelation has not even arrived yet. The news they received was not simply about your present. It uncovered something connected to your journey that they never expected to discover. Suddenly, so many unanswered questions started finding their answers. The strange coincidences, the unexpected encounters, the nights when they could not explain why your presence filled their thoughts, all of it began making sense. They realized that the invisible connection between both of you never disappeared. It only became quieter while preparing for this very moment. Even now, they cannot escape the feeling that something extraordinary is approaching faster than either of you expected. They keep looking at the clock, feeling as though time itself has started moving differently. Every passing hour increases the intensity inside their heart, and every new moment convinces them that what is coming can no longer be avoided. There is one detail they have not shared with anyone because it sounds almost impossible to believe. The instant they heard your name, an overwhelming feeling rushed through them so powerfully that it brought tears to their eyes without warning. They were not tears of weakness. They were tears born from realizing that some connections refuse to disappear, no matter how much time or distance tries to separate them. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate now understands that this devastating news was never meant to destroy hope. It was meant to awaken a truth that both of you have been avoiding for far too long. They have reached the point where pretending no longer feels possible. The walls are breaking. The silence is becoming louder than words. The questions are multiplying faster than answers. Deep inside, they know that the next decision they make could influence everything that happens from this moment forward. They are standing at the edge of a chapter that cannot be reopened once it closes, and before taking even one more step, they keep feeling pulled toward you by a force they cannot explain. What they are about to uncover next will reveal why this shocking news arrived exactly now, and why your story is only beginning. Everything became even more unsettling when your soulmate decided to find out whether the devastating news was actually true. They could not ignore it any longer. Every answer they searched for only created another mystery, and every mystery pulled them closer to your name. Don't skip. What happened next was something they never expected. The more they tried to distance themselves emotionally, the stronger the invisible pull became. It was as if every road they chose somehow circled back to you. They began noticing reminders everywhere, small details that most people would dismiss, yet each one felt impossible to ignore. A familiar place, an unexpected conversation, a forgotten memory suddenly returning with perfect clarity. They realized these moments were not random. They were signs pointing towards something that had remained hidden for far too long. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate is beginning to understand that the shocking news was only the beginning of a much greater revelation. Someone had tried to convince them that the story was already over, but their heart refused to believe it. Instead of walking away, they found themselves searching even harder for the truth, knowing that one missing piece could change everything they thought they knew about you. The deeper they looked, the more unbelievable everything became. They discovered that many of the fears they had been carrying were never truly their own. Doubts that once seemed real suddenly started falling apart one after another. They realized that silence had hidden more truth than words ever could. Every unanswered message, every delayed opportunity, every unexpected separation now looked completely different through this new understanding. They kept asking themselves why all of these events had happened in exactly this order. The answer was still incomplete, yet one thing became impossible to deny. Your connection had survived every obstacle placed in its path. Don't skip, because the next discovery shook them even harder than the first. For the first time, they admitted to themselves that they had underestimated the strength of what existed between both of you. They could no longer pretend it was coincidence. Something much greater had been quietly moving behind the scenes, waiting for the exact moment when the truth could no longer stay hidden. That realization left them standing in complete silence, wondering what would happen if everything they believed until now was about to be turned upside down. Now your soulmate feels as though they are standing in front of a door that has been locked for a very long time. They know that once it opens, there will be no returning to the life they lived before. Their heartbeat grows heavier with every passing moment because they sense another revelation is approaching. One that could answer the question that has followed them for so long. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They are no longer trying to escape these emotions. Instead, they are preparing themselves to face whatever truth lies on the other side, even if it changes everything forever. The next moment will reveal why this devastating news reached them exactly when it did, and why someone connected to this story has been hiding a crucial piece of the truth. When that final piece appears, your soulmate will finally understand that what seemed like an ending was actually the beginning of the most important chapter yet. A moment arrived that your soulmate will never forget. Just when they believed they had uncovered the entire truth, another unexpected detail surfaced that changed everything once again. Don't skip. This was the detail no one warned them about. It wasn't loud, dramatic, or obvious. It was quiet, almost invisible. Yet powerful enough to shake every conclusion they had reached. They suddenly realized that the devastating news was incomplete from the very beginning. Someone had spoken only half of the story, while the other half remained hidden in silence. That silence is now becoming impossible to ignore. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate can no longer convince themselves that this connection was ordinary. Every passing hour is revealing another piece of a puzzle they never knew existed. They keep returning to the same memories, noticing tiny moments they once overlooked. Expressions, conversations, strange coincidences, unexpected delays, everything now carries a meaning that was invisible before. The more they reflect, the clearer one truth becomes. What looked like distance was actually preparation, and what felt like an ending may have been protecting both of you from discovering the truth too early. Your soulmate's heart is no longer fighting the feeling they tried to suppress for so long. Instead, they have started listening to it with complete honesty. The fear inside them has slowly transformed into determination. They no longer want easy answers, they want the real ones. Don't skip, because what happens next is something they never imagined possible. They have begun connecting events that occurred months apart, realizing they all point toward the same destination. Every unexpected setback now appears to have served a hidden purpose. Every closed door may have been preventing an even greater mistake. This realization has left them completely overwhelmed. They are beginning to believe that the devastating news was never sent to separate hearts. It was sent to expose hidden truths before it was too late. Even the people around them have noticed a change. They have become quieter, more thoughtful, constantly lost in reflection. Their eyes search for something they cannot explain, because deep within, they feel that an answer is getting closer with every passing moment. The closer that answer comes, the stronger the connection to you becomes, and they can no longer ignore the undeniable pull drawing them back. Now they stand between fear and hope, knowing that one final discovery could completely transform everything they thought they understood. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They sense that another truth has remained hidden intentionally, and the moment it finally comes into the light, every unanswered question will begin making perfect sense. Your soulmate feels that time itself is urging them to stop running from what their heart has known all along. They are preparing themselves for a revelation that may explain why every path, every delay, and every unexpected twist always seem to lead back to you. What they uncover next will not simply surprise them, it will force them to make a decision they can no longer postpone, a decision that could determine whether this story finally moves forward or remains unfinished forever. Everything changed when your soulmate stopped searching outside and finally listened to the quiet voice inside their own heart. What they discovered there was far more powerful than any rumor or frightening news they had heard. Don't skip. This is the moment where everything begins to turn. They realized that every time they tried to forget you, something unexpected pulled them back. It happened too many times to be dismissed as coincidence. A familiar dream. An unexpected reminder. A memory arriving at the exact moment they thought they had finally moved on. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They now understand that the devastating news was never the final truth, it was the beginning of a chain of revelations designed to expose what had been hidden all along. The fear they felt is slowly being replaced by certainty, and that certainty is becoming impossible to ignore. For the first time, they are asking themselves whether everything that happened between both of you was leading toward this exact moment. The answer is getting closer, and with every passing minute, the feeling inside them grows stronger than ever before. The more they reflect, the clearer the hidden pattern becomes. Every obstacle that once looked permanent now appears temporary. Every painful delay now feels like preparation instead of punishment. Don't skip, because the next realization shook them even more than the devastating news itself. They suddenly understood that they had been focusing on the wrong questions. Instead of asking why everything went wrong, they began asking why every path somehow continued leading back to you. That single question changed everything. Their heart became calm, but their emotions became even deeper. They could no longer deny what they were feeling. Every attempt to walk away only strengthened the invisible connection. They started believing that some stories refuse to end until every hidden truth has been revealed. The silence surrounding both of you is beginning to break, and they can feel that something important is approaching far sooner than anyone expected. Every instinct tells them they are standing only one step away from uncovering the answer they have been searching for all this time. Now your soulmate feels as though they are standing before a final doorway, knowing that whatever waits beyond it will change their understanding forever. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They are no longer afraid of discovering the truth, they are afraid of waiting too long to accept it. The devastating news that once filled them with uncertainty has become the very reason they refuse to give up. Deep inside, they sense that one final revelation is about to connect every missing piece into a complete picture. When that moment arrives, they will finally understand why this journey unfolded exactly the way it did, why every separation carried a hidden purpose, and why the next step cannot be delayed any longer. The chapter ahead will reveal the one truth that neither of you has fully seen yet, and once it is revealed, nothing between your hearts will ever feel the same again. A feeling your soulmate could no longer explain suddenly became impossible to ignore. It arrived without warning, growing stronger with every passing hour until they finally admitted that something extraordinary was unfolding behind the scenes. Don't skip. This is where the hidden story begins to reveal its deepest layer. The devastating news that once filled them with fear is no longer controlling their thoughts. Instead, it has awakened a determination they never knew they possessed. They have started looking beyond appearances, beyond assumptions, beyond everything they were once told to believe. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Every memory connected to you now feels different. They no longer remember only the conversations or the moments you shared, they remember the emotions that refuse to fade. Those emotions survived silence, distance, and uncertainty. That is the part they cannot explain to anyone else. The more they try to understand it logically, the stronger it becomes. They are beginning to realize that some connections cannot be measured by time because they continue growing even when two paths seem completely separate. As this realization settled into their heart, another unexpected truth quietly emerged. They understood that they had been waiting for proof while their heart had already known the answer long ago. Don't skip, because what happened next changed the direction of their thoughts completely. They stopped asking whether this connection was real and started asking why it had remained so powerful despite everything that happened. Every obstacle now feels like a lesson instead of a loss. Every delay seems to have protected something that was never meant to disappear. They have become unusually calm, yet inside that calmness is an unstoppable wave of emotion they can no longer hide. They feel as though an invisible countdown has already begun, and each passing day brings them closer to a truth that refuses to stay hidden. Even the smallest signs now catch their attention because they believe nothing is happening without a reason anymore. Every step forward feels guided toward a moment they can almost sense but still cannot fully see. Now your soulmate knows they have reached the point where turning back is no longer possible. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They feel that one final piece of this mysterious story is about to appear, and when it does, every unanswered question will finally connect. The devastating news that once shook them has become the very reason they found the courage to search deeper than ever before. They are no longer running from what they feel. They are preparing themselves to face it with complete honesty. Deep inside, they believe that the next revelation will explain why your paths never truly separated, why every twist in this journey carried hidden meaning, and why the moment that changes everything is closer now than it has ever been before. My beloved child. The moment your soulmate feared the most is now standing directly in front of them. They can feel it without anyone saying a single word. Don't skip. Everything they have experienced until now has been leading toward this final realization. The devastating news that once left them trembling no longer feels like the end of the story. Instead, it feels like the last obstacle before the truth finally comes into the light. They have stopped running from the emotions they tried so hard to silence. Every heartbeat reminds them of one undeniable fact: they cannot erase your presence from their heart, no matter how much time has passed. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The answers they have been searching for are closer than ever, and they can sense that the next moment will reveal why every unexpected delay, every painful silence, and every unanswered question had a purpose. They are beginning to understand that destiny sometimes allows confusion to exist only so the truth becomes impossible to ignore when it finally appears. Your soulmate has started noticing something they once overlooked completely. Every time they think the story is over, another unexpected reminder appears, pulling them back toward you. A forgotten memory suddenly feels alive again. A familiar feeling returns without warning. A quiet moment becomes impossible to ignore because your presence fills their thoughts once more. Don't skip, because this changes everything. They now believe that the connection between both of you never disappeared. It simply waited for the right time to reveal its full meaning. The devastating news forced them to look beyond fear, and what they found was something stronger than doubt itself. They finally see that every obstacle only made the bond more difficult to deny. The questions that once filled their mind are slowly being replaced by certainty. They are no longer asking whether they should listen to their heart. They are asking how much longer they can ignore what it has been telling them all along. Every passing moment increases the feeling that an important meeting, conversation, or unexpected turning point is drawing closer with incredible speed. Now they stand completely changed from the person they were when this journey began. Fear has become courage. Confusion has become clarity. Silence has become expectation. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate knows that the next chapter cannot be avoided any longer. They feel that one final truth is about to rise to the surface, revealing why this show